So now we are here, one of the biggest covers as well. I mean, POLÍCIA from TITÁS. We perform here on the SepulQuarta with Tony Bellotto and Chavo Bodadivan from System of a Down, two basses. So check it out if you didn't check that already. Biotech's Godzilla with Tony Bellotto, who wrote the song. He wrote the song for the album Cabeça Dinossauro. Back in 1986 it came out, and for me is the biggest and the best Brazilian album ever. You know, you can put Bossa Nova or Roberto Carlos or Mutantes or anyone. I think for me, Cabeça Dinossauro is the best. Till today, if you put that album and listen to that album, it's still very powerful, sounds great. All the subjects they talked about is very pertinent today, unfortunately, most of them. But Polícia is one of them. And I think we chose Polícia because we were very impacted by Titãs. We met the drummer Charles GAVIN when they came to Belo Horizonte in 1988 to play at this big arena right by the side of the stadium, Mineirão Stadium. They call Mineirinho, is the smaller version of the stadium. It was packed. Charles used the Sepultura shirt, and we had the start of a great relationship. I mean, they are our brothers still today, our great friends, and we played together so many different times. I was a part of a Titãs album together with Igor. I wrote a song for our Titãs album. So, you know, Titãs is one of the most special bands on Sepultura career. And Polícia was more of the hardcore feeling. And of course, Max always had this new lyrics that he actually wrote for Antichrist, that was anti-cop. And he had that kind of feeling, you know, of course, influenced a lot later by Body Count, you know, Cop Killer and all that stuff, you know, during the 90s that was very in vogue. Unfortunately today still we have even a worse situation, but Polícia came with that feeling. I mean, the subject was really cool, and the song was very hardcore, and we divided the vocals, myself and Max, in Portuguese. And I still think he was not really very confident on doing stuff in Portuguese, you know, because we divided the vocals. Of course, I wanted to do it as well, because I really enjoy doing the backing and screaming and stuff. I always did that with Max and with Derrick now, and etc. On Against, I tried a lot of my voice, and on Kisser Clan as well, I use a lot. So it was an opportunity for myself really to try it out and do that kind of stuff, you know. So it was really cool. It came out really cool, the answer response that also Titans have, because they have, at the time, 8 musicians and 5 or 6 vocalists. So they use that very wisely with the different styles of voices and stuff. And myself and Max, we kind of did the same.
We had the chance to play with them a few times in festivals and play together in some shows as well, participations. Andreas did some recording with them, recorded with Tony Bellotto, a soundtrack for his movie, you know. And nowadays we are like we know each other very well. We have a relationship, like you know, became a part of the musical family.
Andy Wallace producing. We actually record the vocals at the studio we were mixing the album in Mammoth, if I'm not mistaken, or Bath. I think it was near Bath. And we mixed the album there, and we record the vocals there. So Polícia is a song that we still play today. It's one of the most important covers on our history, together with Orgasmatron and Bullet the Blue Sky. But Polícia is still very special, and it's so much fun to play, and it's cool to see Titãs, the actual band who wrote the song, playing Polícia our style. They play much faster. They play influenced by what we did, and which is great. You know, I think it's a mutation of a song that really grew up to be something really special, and it's great to have this participation on it. So the next one, it's a very special cover also for Chaos AD. Polícia was for a bonus track for a Brazilian release that came out internationally because we play Polícia so much. And we worked on other ideas for cover versions. Of course, Motorhead, we picked up a very different song, let's say for a Motorhead style. Also, TITÁS was more of a hardcore style, you know, more connected to our world, the type of music we were doing. We were listening a lot of Cro-Mags as well, and Bad Brains, and all that hardcore influence that was so audible on Chaos AD. So, but we also love this other stuff, more connected to this UK vibe. You know, the acoustic song like Led Zeppelin, you know, Friends was the most important inspiration when we wrote Kiowas, for instance, for which we recorded in a very special way for Chaos AD acoustically and etc. with a lot of Brazilian influence. Um, and we had a kind of influence. We loved the Mission as well, the Mission UK, and New Model Army, of course, and you know, Sisters of Mercy and that kind of stuff. You know, we were listening a lot of that stuff. Not only myself, but Max and Igor as well, especially the Mission and New Model Army. We love it, New Model Army, yeah, and we listen a lot of that stuff. So we decided to go and try to do something like that, you know, and more of a melodic vocals for Max to try, and of course he did his own way, which was great, and we recorded the Hunt and the whole Chaos AD album in Wales at the Rockfield Studios, a mecca of you know, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, and of course Bohemian Rhapsody was recorded there, Freddie Mercury and Queen and everything. Actually, when we were recording Chaos AD, Roy Thomas Baker came to the studio to pick up a piece of equipment, and we were recording. We stopped the recording. He came in, pick up, and everything. We didn't have mobile phones and stuff, so we don't have a picture. So, but I have that in my memory.
Back then, I think around Chaos AD era, New Model Army was you know, one of the main influence sound wise, you know, arrangements wise, and you know how they portray themselves, you know. And every time that we bring a cover to around that period of time, it's something that's related, or we listen to you know, to have an inspiration, you know. And it's a very unique song, very strong.
But we were very influenced by that, to that kind of world of acoustic and octaves with open strings on the acoustic guitars, and Kyo is an example of that. And we attempted to do The Hunt, which was great, was very well received. Um, all the members of New Model Army came to be our friends. Robert, late Robert, the drummer, amazing guy that really had a strong connection with us. He came to Brazil quite a few times, and the whole crew. And Silvio Bibica was a really good friend of Robert, and Sullivan, of course. New Model Army came to Brazil a few years ago, and I jammed The Hunt with them. It was so cool. So we still have that respect and connection, and The Hunt, it's a mark on their career too, you know, because it was really weird for a metal heavy band like that to do stuff like New Model Army and The Mission. And so it was very special for us, and we decided to put on the album and not use only as an extra bonus track, which was something very bold for us and very different, because up to that point we never did that on an album, to put a version of a song So the hunt was the first one we did in a official way, in the running order together with our original songs and everything. And it's really something really cool that we love to play. We did at Rock in Rio. It was a long time we didn't play in the hunt. And when we played with Zé Ramalho, we brought the hunt back, and it was fantastic. It's always fun to play that. And thank you, Animal Army. We still love you. So while we were recording Chaos AD, we also needed the bonus track material, especially for Japan and Brazil as well. We were doing different releases. It was not the download days. We have special release dates that was really respected and everything. And so bonus material was very relevant for different regions of the world. And they're till today collectors items. It was really cool. We heavy metal fans, we love that, to have this kind of collections and special items and etc. So we did these two covers. One was Ratos de Porão, Crucificados pelo Sistema. Our brothers from Ratos de Porão, was kind of obvious that we would pay an homage and respect to our friends. And we did that. Crucificados Sistema is one of their classics. Very short, very punkish, very hardcore, fast and straight to the point. And it's a lot of fun to play that song, even today. I mean, it's great when we have the opportunity to bring back those kind of covers. Sometimes, it happens. And it's great. And we performed the song together with João, the guitar player, and Gordo, the vocalist, at Hollywood Rock, at the Morumbi Stadium. We played with Aerosmith and I guess Robert Plant, I think. Well, something like that. But it was fantastic to perform together with them in such a special occasion, such a special show. And it was cool to have this connection even stronger. During the Beneath the Remains days and on Arise, Sepultura and Ratos de Porão was almost like one band. We saw each other a lot and we talked a lot about different musical influences and stuff. So we inspired and influenced a lot each other. So it was really cool to make that as a official registration of this admiration we have for them still today, forever. We're still very much close, and our families know, very close. So it's really cool that we have that historically, registered during that times and recorded at the Rockfield Studios, which has made everything much special, even more special.
Crucificados pelo sistema. It's a very short, powerful song, very punk rock. There's not much to say about it. It's a very fun song to play live. We've done a few times with these guys, that a band that really influenced us on the punk rock side of the heavy metal music, and we did influence them as well, on the metal side, and we became friends, family, throughout the years. We still keep in touch, talk to each other, and remain friends for many years. And it's a band that we respect, has a very long career, influenced a lot of the music in Brazil and music around the world as well, despite even that they sing in Portuguese, and which doesn't really matter for this style of music.
And at the same Rockfield Studios, we recorded the Symptom of the Universe, Black Sabbath. The Wales were at their home, basically, where Tony Iommi and Gizzy Butler and Bill Ward and Ozzy Osbourne stayed. They practiced Paranoid. They wrote whatever Masters of Reality over there, and I stayed at the same room that Ozzy used to stay, and we had that kind of amazing, undescribable feeling, to be there where everything was happening, where everything was created. And that feeling was very much alive when we recorded Symptom of the Universe, our version, our definite version, because we used to play Symptom of the Universe on Beneath the Remains tour in a very much faster pace, like a death metal type of vibe. But we decided to do more traditional drums and traditional pace of the song, and just put our Sepultura feeling on it. And to record there, we knew Black Sabbath was recording in a studio, the Peter Gabriel studio, like say a few miles away, because Rockfield is the same kind of road basically. Rockfield is here, and the studio, Peter Gabriel studio, is kind of a few miles on the other side.
I believe Simon, one of the main engineer, had to go to the next studio to pick up some gear or to borrow some stuff, and I was like, dude, I'm coming with you, and maybe I have the chance to see the guys, and now I was like, I'm gonna invite them, anyone to come and do a participation in our version of the Symptom of the Universe. Unfortunately, we got there, I only saw the whole gear set it up, and we didn't have everybody was a weekend, probably everybody went home to see the families and the kids, and had a little break.
And we went there because we wanted to try to invite Tony Iommi to do the acoustic part together with me at the end. I was so nervous, but they weren't there. I mean, they had a break. We went to the studio, we saw everything set up, that beautiful place, the river on the back, and the drums were set up, all the guitar picks, and the Tony Iommi guitars and Geezer Butler stuff, and it was great. I guess they were working with Tony Martin on the vocals, and unfortunately Tony Iommi couldn't be a part, but I did the acoustic part myself, and it was really cool, to have my own input and the Sepulturize that part, because of course Symptom of the Universe very heavy, the very traditional Sabbath song from Sabotage, one of the best Sabbath albums, if not the best Sabbath album, and but that transition phase at the end, it's great. It's so different from all the rest, and we wanted to make sure that we represented that somehow. We did only the instrumental part. Max was not very comfortable to try to do that singing Ozzy part and etc. But we represented that, and it came out for a compilation, Nativity in Black, where a lot of different bands celebrated Black Sabbath, and we were lucky, or they gave us the choice to play Symptom of the Universe, which, as I said, we already had an history with that track, and it was so cool to record there in Wales, and all with that Sabbath aura and atmosphere. It was so special, and I still keep that very much in my memory with a lot of love and thankful. I'm very thankful that we have this privilege to do stuff like that. It's fantastic. So thank you very much for watching SepulQuarta. Please subscribe to the page. This is an event that is helping a lot of people going through this transitional phase. The shows will come back. We don't know how and when, but let's keep it together. Help your band, buy merch, watch the lives, be a part of it. Subscribe, because we're gonna go through this. Sooner or later we'll be back. And I'd like to thank you very much. I appreciate the support and the good vibes always. Sepul Nation, you are the best. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the SepulQuarta, and we see you next Wednesday. Thank you. Valeu. Obrigado. Ciao.
Thank you, Sepul Nation. Go to sepultura.com.br. Follow Sepultura on all social media profiles. See you next Wednesday.